Well, look what came in the mail today. Ah, look at that. That's my little starter button. It goes on that starter, and then your foot pedal comes in from the cab. A lever comes in and pushes on this button. Then you attach your battery cable here. Then it makes contact with that post in the starter, on the starter when you push it down. And so now my good friend Bob, my retired fireman friend, doesn't have to worry about me making sparks so close to the gas can. This is a good thing. Okay, what happens here is this truck's got this old push button starter in the floor, and you push down on a button inside in the cab, and it forces this lever down, and this lever has to fit onto this little post here, and that's spring loaded, so that it engages the starter and then springs back. And I don't think I can hold the camera and put that on, because no, that lever has to go over that post. It's going to take both hands, but anyway, that's the idea. Take another shot when it's on. Here's where you put the oil in this old rig. And I just have to show you that. Here's the dipstick. Is that a whopper? About 10 inches long. The big one, ain't it? A couple of things I wanted to point out here. When I got this truck, kid I got it from had ran across I think a 34 Ford Coupe. It had the original flathead in it, and he fell in love with that car, and I don't blame him, and he just kind of lost interest in this old truck. So you can see here he had cut the wires and was ready to yank this engine, and like me, he probably just thought there was no way it would ever run or turn over or anything. And here's all the wiring harness laying here. So it goes to all the lights and everything up front. And I thought this was interesting, the wire that goes up the steering column for the horn. And you know, it just wraps around there a couple times and then goes up on the inside of the steering column on the bottom. And you know, I assume it came from the factory that way. This truck rolled out probably with that wire wrapped around that steering post. There was just no plastic anything, and even the brackets that hold this stuff up, most of them are metal that bolt to the frame somewhere. And this was all probably laid in here nice and neat and out of the way. But I wanted to show you this. We got just a little bit of slack here, and I thought this was pretty neat. This is held on with baling wire, or heavy duty wire again. So, talk about a little bit of bump steering. This has got just a little slack in the front end, and it's all fun. Got my plug wires on, got my gas tank hooked up, fuel pump cleaned up and put back on, all that. Oh, okay, here, I want to show you this manifold. It's just a cool looking manifold. There's the firing order on the manifold, and then over here is Chevrolet bow tie, which is really cool. And pretty soon, one of the things I'll do is pull that generator and clean it up and oil it up and change the brushes. And you know, the way things are going here, I'll be surprised if it don't work. Everything I pull off and clean up and lube up and put it back on seems to work. So we'll see how it goes with that, but a lot of interesting stuff. Well, I'm doing a little repair on this exhaust manifold, and I just want to point out here, I was able to heat this up and get this bolt out. I think the nut twisted off of it when I was taking it off, which they do a lot of times, but someone has tried to weld this, and I've never had much luck welding cast. I haven't tried to do a lot of it. I know it can be done with the right kind of rods and the heat and someone who knows what they're doing, but I don't. So I'm going to repair this a little different way. I'll just put run a bolt down through the top and then put a nut on the bottom of my flange, and it'll do the same job. Well, here's one more down, and I can't believe this one. There's a little inside this manifold. I pulled this manifold off, the exhaust manifold, and I have the other one in the tank over there so I can clean it, the parts washer. And this has a little lever on this and a cable that runs up into the cab, and the knob says heat. And it has this little baffle here that throws heat up to the carburetor when you're going to start this thing, let it warm up. And you know, I didn't think I'd get this one. I thought I found one I couldn't fix, but I put a little bit of heat around this and on the other side, just a little bit, not too much because this is cast iron, and then started tapping on each end of this little shaft. And before long, before you know it, look here, it's all freed up, and I'm going to be able to lube my cable up and have it work just like it's supposed to. Check it out. How about that?